All right, let's continue.
Guys, with millions of followers, Hasan Piker often talks about left-wing issues and believes that is why he was pulled aside and questioned. Here at O'Hare, we talked with our legal analyst about what travelers need to know.
They started asking me about crazy, like, do you like Donald Trump? It's illegal for him to even ask me those questions. Like, they can't deny me entry into my own country for, like, even if I was like, I love Hamas, they can't do that. Like, what do you mean?
That's American-born citizen, Twitch streamer, and left-wing political commentator Hasan Piker recounting a 2-hour encounter with federal agents after he arrived in Chicago from a family vacation in Paris, an incident he talked about at length with his millions of followers.
Everything I've done is fully protected under the First Amendment, okay? And none of these questions are actually valid questions to ask.
A Homeland Security official acknowledged the incident, telling us this is nothing but lying for likes. Claims that his political beliefs triggered the inspection are baseless. Our officers are following the law, not agendas.
And I suspect because this happened at an airport and an entry point into the country, that there were cameras everywhere.
Legal analyst Irv Miller told us location is key. International travelers give up certain Fourth Amendment rights to search and seizure that domestic travelers retain.
Immigration has an absolute right to ask you who you are and to see your identification, but they don't have a right to ask you questions and demand answers of things other than your identity and your...
Yep. This is, you know what's crazy? For American citizens, I found out that Customs and Border Patrol technically doesn't even have a right to deny you entry for like stuff that would fall under Customs and Border Patrol's purview, like whether you have like agricultural products that might be an agricultural threat. Like, that is literally the job of Customs and Border Patrol. Okay, I didn't know this. But even stuff that they are supposed to be looking at, like contraband, you have a legal right to say that you're not answering that, and that they can't deny you entry. They can confiscate it, but they can't like arrest you, from what I understand. Unless, I mean, obviously, unless it's like a drug, and then, you know, they investigate and you know, they catch you trafficking drugs or something, and then they can obviously arrest you. But as a United States citizen, like in that conversation, you're not, like, you can just say you're not responding to those questions beyond the confirmation of your identity. And I didn't even know that. Of course, they have ways of making it more difficult for you, but you have ways of making it more difficult for them. Like, for example, where there are things you can do, as I've mentioned already, that make it harder for them to actually seize your stuff or be able to like take information from you. They have they do not have a legal right to compel you to put your passcode on your phone. Weirdly enough, your phone has a lot more private data than your actual laptop, but the laptop is an older piece of technology, so there's more legislation surrounding accessing information in your laptop, as opposed to legal protections accessing your phone. This is why everyone always stresses the importance of removing biometrics from your phone. No Face ID, no thumbprint, none of that, because they can actually, it is an illegal gray zone where they can actually use your biometrics to turn on your phone. And I believe there's a term called like first unlock or something. I forget what the actual term is called, but like they literally, once it's unlocked, or if they seize your phone while it's unlocked, while your phone, before first unlock, like while your phone is already unlocked, they can actually look through it. There's different ways of doing this. You can put your phone on airplane mode, and then they can literally look through everything on your phone. They can't just like look for new information by refreshing your email or anything. But one of the quickest things that you can do if you forgot to change biometrics, if you forgot to remove biometrics from your phone, like Face ID from your phone, you can click the hold button 5 times in a row in rapid succession, which automatically will lock your phone and you won't be able to use Face ID until you put your passcode in. But then again, and that's for your iPhone. But then again, it doesn't even matter technically because they can still try to get this information out of you or make your life difficult and detain you for a very long time if you refuse to play ball. So at that point, it's up to you. But that's the reason why I say you have to play ball. The best idea, obviously, if you're traveling internationally, is to travel with a burner phone. That's what people say. Or back up your phone beforehand and then wipe it when you are in the process of travel. Of course, this is just for United States citizens, and I believe green card holders as well. Green card holders also have additional green card holders, and U.S. citizens have more protection at the border than non-citizens do or travelers do. Unfortunately, if you are on a student visa, if you're a visa recipient like Customs and Border Patrol, it's within their power to deny you entry into the country. So, unfortunately, you have a different set of standards. But what I'm talking about is specifically about American citizens and even green card holders as well. Green card holders, even though this administration is trying to change that dynamic, green card holders also have, and this is not legal advice, obviously, but green card holders also have additional sets of protections for them. Like you can't deny entry to a green card holder either. In the same way that you could to someone who is simply on a visa.
Your citizenship.
He adds all travelers keep their Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, though acknowledging that could prolong your questioning at a time when border enforcement is a White House priority.
The government is trying to be tougher. It's trying to be more invasive. It's getting close to that line, whether or not something's constitutional or unconstitutional.
Has there been any more official response that you're lying for likes? No, but the irony, of course, is that the person saying you're lying for likes is Tricia McLaughlin, the spokesperson for the Department of Homeland Security. And while she said that, she also admitted that there was a detention. And the reason why I think it's really funny is that, like, they don't even deny it. They just omit the questions that they asked. And basically say, no, it wasn't for a political reason. It was a routine check. It's fucking bullshit. We all know that it wasn't just a routine check, especially given the line of questioning and how specific the questioning was. But having said that, I find it really funny that there are people who are still acting as though this is not real. This is not a real thing to happen, even though the Department of Homeland Security admitted that it happened. And I'm going to talk about that in a second, but I got to pee real quick.
And it always ends up in the courts.
We have asked for video of this encounter to find out exactly what was said inside. When we talked to Irv Miller, he also said when talking with clients, he advises them to answer questions respectfully, but when they think that something may be going wrong, to ask for a supervisor. From O'Hare, Sarah Maki, CBS News, Chicago.
Thanks, Sarah.